Hey there, welcome to day 84 of playing chess every day until I reach 1500 Elo. Currently we're at 1221 after we had a draw yesterday. And let's go ahead and jump into another 15-minute rapid game here. Alright, up against a 1237. Pretty close to getting a new high rating. I think it was like 1234, so maybe like 2 games away if I were to win them both. Yeah, wait. Play our London here. And I've still been a little bit rusty. I had kind of a bad blunder yesterday, and yeah, I think I noticed that. Don't see this too often. I guess he doesn't want to get checked here at all. I wonder if I should play c4. No, let's play the knight here first. But yeah, I noticed that I didn't feel like my calculation ability was really worse at all. But when I haven't played as often, it wasn't necessarily worse, but it was more that I just would overlook kind of obvious stuff and make more obvious blunders more frequently. Even if I was playing well throughout like most of the game, I'll just like suddenly blunder something. Okay, that's also, he really is like making these preventative moves. He doesn't want the knight here, he doesn't want the bishop here to check. So he's not developing his pieces immediately, so I guess maybe that's potentially a good thing for us. If he pushes here, take, I guess I would go back. Or wait, no, then I could just take, I think. Because I have 2 attackers there. Yeah, because I have 3 defenders on this square. So let's just play c4. Sometimes c4 is good when they're playing kind of weird stuff. I don't really know if there's a hard rule of when it's good and when it's not, but okay, normally I would go here, which I think I'll probably do as opposed to trading, and then we'll open up the rook if he takes. Okay, he does do that. Normally people don't want to go for that. And then now, what kind of attack do I want to set up here? Have this check. Okay, queen's coming out already. Probably just bring the knight out first. Could go ahead and bring the queen out. His bishop is kind of blocked in, so that maybe is a good thing. Also, if I go here, I'm attacking this right away with these 2 pieces. But then if he takes here, then I have to take back right away, so then it's just kind of 2 moves for no reason. So let's just bring the knight here first. And then we also block against any check here. Okay, he goes there anyway. I could go here to defend, but I don't know if I want to open up both rooks on opposite sides and double both sets of pawns. I don't think I want to do that. He's also double attacking this, so I might actually need to do that in order to defend both pawns, because this is twice attacked. I could take here first. If he takes, this is guarded. I could take again, I guess. Do I want to take that? I guess here also works, but then I do block the bishop in. Here defends both. But yeah, guess that works. Let's just take. I think I'm leaning towards just taking. And if he takes here, I'll probably just take again. Then he'll develop here. Then he has 2 attackers on this, so I don't know, maybe not actually. Maybe I will just do this and allow the rooks to open up, because I'm not a huge fan of the other 2 options there, which were either taking or queen go into here, because I don't want to block the bishop in. Alright, we get 2 open rooks there, and then he takes that, so I guess that kind of just fixes my pawns right away. If I want to take like that. I could also take here. Let's just fix the pawns. Okay. So we're already kind of going into an in-game. The queens are off the board. I like my pawns. They're pretty good. These are double, but I have the open file. What can his knight do? His knight can't... I mean, it could go here. It could go here. I guess it's not really all that restricted. I think a pawn move might be the way to go here. Because I don't see any major... I guess... Actually, no. Let's just go here first and just attack that pawn. Oh, well, he doesn't prevent that. So if I take with this... He actually can't. Sometimes you can get trapped in here. Oh no, it does trap me because the rook will be... the bishop will be pinned to the rook if I take that way. So I don't want the bishop to be pinned to the rook. Even though I'm only 1 move away from castling to defend it, or just bringing the king up, I don't really like doing that, so let's just... I'm thinking of just taking the pawn and then trading the rooks. The only reason I would be reluctant to do that is because this rook is very inactive, but I think it's easy for him to open it up. So yeah, let's just do that and just win a pawn. That seems reasonable. And then we are also threatening the knight. So the knight moves, don't have the check here. The knight's guarding it. Thinking I would like to maybe activate my king and actually bring... This rook isn't looking at much here. This pawn's guarded, so maybe swing this rook over this way. He has a light square bishop, so let's keep the king on a dark square. Is there any knight move I want to make? Maybe here. I do like that we could check here. But maybe I'll save that. Okay, let's just go here and just bring the rook back over this way. Okay, he's still trying to trap the bishop, but it's not really... I mean, I can't come back with it, but I'm able to guard it, so I don't think it's too much of a worry. Also, I can immediately attack this pawn, and I can guard the bishop whenever I need to. It doesn't have a way to double attack it right away. So yeah, I think just going here to attack the pawn, and then also get into this square seems like a decent idea. Can he come down here? Yeah, he comes down maybe. Then I could go here with another check. He could come over. I would be attacking this pawn, but I'd have to guard my rook. Guard my bishop with my rook first. The only thing I'm wondering is if I need to get the rook over first. I don't think I do. I think I can bring the knight first. So let's do that. Okay. He's already ready for that. Do I go here first? He attacks. I guard. Then can he guard this pawn? I guess he could push it here. I feel like there's a better move order, but I'm not sure. No. I think I'll go here. Also go this way, but all these are cut off by pawns. All those squares are. Could also go this way and attack his bishop, which is undefended. He could go back to one of these squares. Then I'm still attacking this pawn, and I'm attacking this pawn. I kind of like that, actually. And if he attacks my bishop, I'll still just guard it with the rook. Because if I go here, he just attacks this right away. And I think once I go here, I can't bring the rook in here to double attack this because his king will be guarding this square. So my bishop might be like a little bit stuck over there, so I don't want to give him a move that kind of just encourages him, gives him an extra tempo to attack this. I'd rather have my own attack there. And with this, I'm attacking the bishop first, so... Actually, never mind, the bishop is guarded by the knight. I kind of didn't see that. But I might still want to take it, potentially. Okay, let's just go here. Oh wait, I could bring the knight here, actually, to double attack this, but then once he goes here, yeah, it still doesn't work. Might need to do something with a pawn here. Alright, he is trying to guard this. Knight here, goes over. Should I push a pawn here? No, I don't think so. I can push here and then here. Because this pawn is kind of messing up. I can't get my knight in here. It's a little bit of an issue. Yeah, I'm thinking maybe here. And then here. And then take. And take with the knight. Otherwise I'd just bring the rook over immediately to guard the bishop. But I think I'll just wait for him to attack to do that. And his pieces are kind of bad right now. Like, these are totally undeveloped. So let's take advantage of our better piece activity here. Alright, I think I'm going to try this. I guess he could play something like that to kick my knight. Okay, he does do that. Could attack the pawn. He can't really guard this pawn, so he'd need to push it. And then I can hop back in this square. Let's try. Oh wait, but then this is undefended, so maybe I'll take first. Oh no, but my knight could end up getting pinned. Could my knight get pinned here? Is this going to be a problem? Okay, no, he didn't go for that. He defends it this way. So I don't have to worry about... Probably don't have to worry about that. Okay. I think I'll probably just go... Here, no, he does have 3 defenders. Now he has 2 defenders here, but I have 2 defenders as well. So I think I'm just going to play this. And if take with the knight, he takes, I take. Yeah, that seems okay. I think. And then I might have a renewed threat on this pawn, if this knight, if we trade off those knights. Okay. We'll just go for that. So we're still just up a pawn. I guess this move still could be an issue. So if I take and he takes back this way. Alright, I probably should get my knight out of there. I guess he wants to push this and attack this pawn back here. So let's just bring that... Wait, actually I can just take the pawn here. I forgot. I was thinking about that beforehand, and then I kind of forgot after we played those moves. So yeah, let's take the pawn, and then if he pushes this... I don't know if I can guard this pawn, but I think I prefer... Actually, no, I'll have tempo on his rook, so yeah, let's take this first. Okay. I guess he is threatening potentially to win the bishop, because the king can come over. So maybe I do need to have a plan for that. Maybe knight here, then knight here. Yeah, I think that works. Oh wait, no, because he could just take the bishop right away. So actually I might... am I going to be out of time to save the bishop? One move to defend, he comes over, knight here, take, check. Yeah, I don't think I can... Actually, can I not save it at all? Can I create any other threat? Here. Yeah, maybe I shouldn't have let the bishop stay here too long. I should have possibly directed more attention to trying to free it. Because I don't see how to get it safe now. I don't have anything of his I can really attack. I could go here. To try to get in here and fork stuff over this way. But I have to guard this. Once he goes here. And then it's still pinned, so I can't even take the pawn. Might want to just take the pawn now if it's going to be lost. Maybe just take the pawn. It'd probably take with the knight. Could guard this one. Not great though. I think I'm just going to do that because I think the bishop is lost. Once I guard it and he goes here, there's no way to get it safe. Check here first, take. Okay, let's just take it. I think it's lost. Hopefully I didn't miss something there to save it. So we're going to be back to equal material here, I think. Because, yeah, I'm up +3. He's going to take the bishop, so then we'll be equal. Takes with the knight. I think I'll just go here. Just what I was planning. My king being here is kind of an issue because I need to get it out of the way to create a threat of a fork here. So it's like 1, 2, and then I have the threat of the fork. But I have to guard this pawn. I could guard the pawn like this, but he can attack the knight pretty easily. I could hop into this square, but no, let's just play like that. Just connect them. And his king can't come through here, which is good at least. Probably, do I want to guard? Yeah, I think I'll guard that pawn. Yeah. Guard the pawn. If I go here though, and then he goes here, then do I push this pawn, but then he takes this? So actually, I don't know, I don't see anything very good here. Maybe I just go up and let him take the pawn, and then try to get this rook over. But then he's threatening this one as well. So maybe I go up to here. Let him take the pawn. Because if I guard and he comes up, I have no way to guard this one. All I can do is push, but then he takes this. So yeah, I think just king comes up and we give that pawn up. Oh wait. Oh, okay, never mind. I don't know what I was talking about. He couldn't have even gone there because this pawn was guarding it. Which I only realized right after I played that somehow. So I think I was fine if I just guarded it. That was dumb. But now he is attacking this one. Okay, yeah, I think I messed up. Definitely think I messed up. And I can't guard that. That was a huge mistake. Okay. I could have just guarded. He can't attack this. I thought he could attack this pawn. But he can't. So now I'm definitely in trouble, and now if he takes that, it's with check, and I don't think I can guard it. So I have to just like attack. First I just have to move this. No, but he's threatening both the pawns, so I guess I just let him take with check. And I just go here. And let's go up here, I guess. But yeah, I'm definitely not in a great position now here. So he can't take... Oh, he takes that right away. But I think I can just fork his bishop here then. Am I missing something? Thought he wasn't going to take that because he would see this. No, he didn't. Okay, so it's not over. Any other better move? I don't think so. Let's just take. Alright, I blundered and then he blundered, so. We're okay. And my pawns are slightly better than his because I have two that can be connected. But my king's in an awkward spot. I guess it's not that awkward. I can use it to attack. The knight defends this pawn. This pawn can be attacked. Oh yeah, he has that as well. So you can take that pawn. I think I need to go up. Yeah, he can take and then I can take. Could also try to check after that, but... Oh, actually that could be... Problem? No, because I can block with the knight. If he gives check here and my king's here, this square is cut off, but the knight can block. Still might be tricky because then the knight's pinned. Let's just do that though. He also could take this one. I assume he'll take this one though. Is there anything else? Yeah, no, let's just go here. See which he takes. Oh, he does take that one. So if I go here and then he gives check, then I block, then he could go here to take that pawn. I mean, do I have any checks or anything? Okay, let's just take. Oh wait, no, I can't block. If he checks, because my king is one square forward, so if he checks... I think I have to move the knight first, or do I move the king first? If I go here and he checks, I just have to... No, I don't. I think that's mate. I don't have those squares, I don't have this square. I can't block, so I can't take the pawn. So I have to come... Wait, should I just block like this first? Block preemptively and maybe we trade the knights. But he could just take with check. If he takes with check, then I take. Then he comes here and pins this. And I can't come back down to defend the knight. I don't like this. Also, my time's getting really low. I need to come up with a better plan here. Okay, let's just... No, but he takes... No, never mind. He can't take this because the knight's still guarding. So let's just attack the pawn. Let's just attack this pawn with a rook. And if he takes now... Oh, wait, no, I still can't block because he'll be double attacking. I think I need to come down with the king. I don't want to be getting checked here at all. Okay, let's just come down with the king. Because I'm scared of this check and potential mate threats with the pawn cutting off the escape square. And then I just want to attack his pawns. So I'm guarding my pawn for now. Doesn't have a check. He could attack maybe this pawn or something like that. But I'll attack his pawns. He's up +1, but I feel like with my king close to these pawns, I should be able to get them. Okay, he checks me there. Wait, is this going to just end up being a... Is he going to just keep jumping around? Go here. I mean, I guess I would take a draw because I'm kind of down. I'm not going to go here because then he has this. No, but I think he'll... Won't he just take here? Why wouldn't he take? Then I take, and then he gives the check. I still can't block. Yeah, so he is able to take. So then I think I need to go maybe just here to attack. No, let's just go here to attack. Because then I also allow myself to take that way. With the king, I'm threatening to take here because now I have an escape square to come to. The rook was blocking it off before. I feel like I'm missing a lot of... Like, I'm not calculating very well right now, though. I'm missing quite a bit of stuff. Okay, he just brings the king in. I'm just going to go ahead and take here. Is there any... Could attack the knight. No, then the knight just takes my pawn. Okay, let's just take. And if I come here, I'm double attacking this pawn, which I like. And mine is still guarded. He could double attack mine like that, though. Okay, double attacks mine. Then I'm just going to go here. He takes with the knight. I think we'll just trade. Actually, that looks like a losing endgame because he has this pawn over here. So maybe I don't know. Might have to rethink that. Might be too late. I have to stop this pawn. Okay, he does take that. Okay, what if I just take first? Then I'm double attacking the knight and it's pinned. That seems maybe good. Oh wait, but then he has this fork. So that doesn't work. What if I give a check? Could take here, but then check, come back. Wait, I have to come up. Okay, let's just take this way. I don't know if that works, but I don't have much time. I don't like the look of trading this way and then trading the rooks off, because then it's just him and his pawn here. I guess that's what we're going to get anyway, never mind. And the pawn is... Let's just see. You never know what could happen here. Yeah, he's going to be able to guard it. Yeah, because once he goes here, there's nothing I can do. I'm just going to try to go here. But there's no way he's going to not be able to promote here. Because, yeah, he's already promoting. Yeah. Okay, we'll go ahead and resign. Alright, we're back down to 12-13. Let's check the game review. There were some pretty major mistakes at the end there, I think. I don't think... Actually, apparently, we both played pretty well. I was kind of thinking I would have worse accuracy, but he played extremely well. He had a 90.2, and I had 81.8. From how I was playing at the end there, I thought I would have like low 70s or something. It says, oops. It says the game... Why is that moving? Sorry. Okay, here we go. It says the game rating, 1750 for me, 1950 for him, which I didn't expect. I thought it would be worse, because it felt like we were... Particularly me, I was making a lot of mistakes at the end, and also he did miss that one fork with the bishop. So I'm surprised the accuracy is so high, but let's see. Let's go through the moves. It doesn't say either of us have a blunder, and I have 3 great moves, but I have 4 mistakes, and he has 1 mistake, and we both have 4 in accuracy, so... Okay, I guess we played a little better than I thought. Both of us there. So c4 was good here, and I have an advantage, because he hasn't really developed very well. 1.32 advantage. Okay, position's looking pretty good here. That was a mistake. So it wanted me to go here, but if I do that, don't I lose this pawn, which I don't really want to lose? I was trying to guard both pawns, but he can just take here. Oh, but then I'm double attacking this, I forgot. So I just take that, okay. Didn't realize that. Okay. So yeah, here position was pretty decent. We win that pawn, which he overlooked that, I guess. Didn't like this king move. That's inaccurate. Let me see the eval. Yeah, it went from 2.8 to 2 on the eval. Wants the bishop back first. Yeah, this bishop actually got me in a lot of trouble, and I had to give it up at the end. I was like, I would have been winning if not for the bishop, I think, if it didn't become a weakness. And I knew there was potential of it getting trapped, but it wasn't until so much later in the game that it actually was like under threat because the king was really close and the rook was able to slide over. And at this moment in time, I didn't see that as a major threat. But because it never was able to get free once the pawn was pushed, because this knight was just stuck here, there was nothing attacking it, it gave him plenty of time to actually create a real threat on the bishop, which I underestimated at this point in time. So I didn't immediately drop it back, which I could have done and saved it. So I'm still winning, but if I brought the bishop back, it would have been much better. Didn't like this move. This is a mistake because he can kick a knight. It says I want him to push this first, but instead he guarded first. Doesn't like this move. Yeah, I really couldn't figure out how to progress in this position, so I thought maybe going for this pawn break, trying to get rid of this guy, and then somehow getting my knight in. Seemed like an idea, but I didn't really know exactly what to do. It did want the rook to come over first. I guess it's starting to get worried about this bishop here, and it says we're drawing now. Okay, knight went to the edge to attack here, but it preferred it coming back to the center. I guess it's not really worried about that pawn being attacked. So here I go ahead and push the pawn, and now he actually was winning. He actually has an advantage now. A little bit of an advantage. Yeah, so it likes this position for black, but it's kind of bouncing around now. It likes it a little bit more for white because he gave up that pawn, yeah. That was inaccurate. Wait, could I have saved this? It wants me to come over here with the rook first, but I didn't see any way to save it. I hope I didn't miss an easy way to save it. What about when he just goes here? Okay, so we just give it up and we use the knight to attack something here. He takes... Not even attacking with the knight. I don't know what this move does. Maybe just prepare to put the knight here. So it wants us to... I wanted to just take the pawn for the bishop, but it prefers not even bothering with the pawn and just let him take. Reroute the knight to here. Oh, okay. I guess that's kind of nice. Because then we're threatening both these pawns and the bishop. But the bishop can guard them for now. Then we just get the king active and his is on the edge. Okay, so I guess the whole idea was just using his king, forcing his king to the edge by allowing that trade, and then using my better king activity to come up the center, but we're basically drawing. I only have a slight advantage here. But instead I went ahead and just sacked the bishop. I mean, it was because I determined it was gonna die. So I just took the pawn down with me. But it did give him that better position for his knight. And then here was my biggest mistake. Actually, it says excellent. It doesn't say it's a mistake, which is weird. To me, it felt like my biggest mistake because I could have just guarded here. And I was thinking he was going to go here, but that's just a blunder, obviously, because the pawn's guarding. So that was not an actual threat. So I think I would have been totally fine if I went here. And then I can just start getting my king over in the middle here somewhere. But it actually didn't hate this move somehow, which is surprising, because it gave up 2 pawns here. And with check. But then he snagged another pawn, he got greedy for this one, and gave up this fork. I'm really surprised the engine doesn't hate these moves as much as I'm expecting it to. Like, this doesn't say it's a mistake, even though it just let me win a bishop. And my move where I moved the king didn't say it was a mistake, even though it gave up 2 pawns and his rook is really active over here now. So I don't know what the engine is thinking, really. That was great. Wants him to take the middle pawn instead of this one. Okay, wanted me to just bring the rook over first. I was still scared of this check, but I guess it didn't matter if he did it. If I go rook over, he goes check. Then I come down. And then I guess I'm also maybe threatening to fork. No, I can't come down, never mind. Because his rook is guarding it. But I'm attacking the rook. So he has to move. And then once he moves, I could take this pawn, I guess. So here. Here. And I like this. Threatening the king. Go here to guard. Now we're attacking this again. Double attacks the pawn. Wait. Wanted me to go... Okay, that was still fine. Just want to see what the engine's thinking here. He attacks this, and then what do I play? Can't take. Do I move the knight, or do I just guard like... Probably just guard like this and attack his knight. He can move... Wait. Take here? Oh, is there a fork? Yeah. So I can sack the rook. I probably wouldn't have seen this if we were playing quickly, but simple tactic there to win a pawn. Although he just takes this back, so. Then he takes this, then I take this, and then it's just a draw. Okay, let's go back to where we were though. That was a lot of extra moves I looked at. So yeah, we were about here. Bouncing around with the checks. He takes the middle pawn finally. I take that one. And then let's see the big mistake. That was the big mistake. Yeah. I couldn't figure out what to do here. I was scared of trading it down. And I thought if I go here... Yeah, oh yeah, if I go there he has the fork. I was thinking if I go... What else? Oh yeah, I was thinking of just going here. That's a mistake. Because... Now he has two pawns, because if I take this, it's just the winning position again that I was worried about. So how could I have gotten out of that? Let's see. I threatened the knight first. This was not a move that I was even thinking of. Or not the knight, the rook. Threaten the rook first. Go here. Then come back and attack this. This is weird stuff though. It's kind of... This seems kind of scary, like lining up the knight with the rook and the knight's unprotected, so I don't know if I would have wanted to play that, but I guess I come down to defend it once he checks. Apparently I can still draw it. He's up +2. But I think I had to find that one move, because taking this way or taking this way or taking this way, every single one of those led to him winning. So I think I had to find this probably. What if I played like a random, like, king to here? Okay, yeah. No, that doesn't work. Because again, if I take the pawn, then we just trade and he's winning. So he gets to keep the two pawns or just have an immediately winning position. So I think I had to find that knight move, which was a little tricky. I didn't really understand it that much. Let's look at it again. So we just threaten the rook. The rook has to go back, and then that gives us the ability to block this with the knight. What if I play a different move here? What if I play... What if I take this right away? But then he has the check. Have to prevent from trading down into this endgame. Okay, I'm just gonna say that this is really tricky, I think. This, like, getting out of this, getting the draw here for Stockfish, it says it's easy, or at least, it says -0.52, so black is slightly winning, but it's basically drawn. But it seems like you have to be extremely precise to actually get the draw here, which I did not have the time or probably the ability to do. And then there's nothing to really look at here. Wait, what? It said this was a mistake? I mean, it doesn't matter either way. Okay. Interesting game. I'm surprised that the engine actually seemed to think we both played pretty well, because I thought I was playing pretty bad, and it seemed like there were a lot of mistakes at the end game that I made, but some of them that even said they weren't mistakes. I think the biggest one was here, but I would not have seen this move of bringing the knight to threaten the rook, because it just doesn't... To me, the follow-up didn't make that much sense. I mean, I understand we block it. Let me look at it one more time. And sometimes I go back through games later as well. I don't want to spend too much time on one single position, like just in the video. Okay. What if I... is there anything else I can play? I'm curious if it's only that move. What if I give this check? No, that's a mistake. So I think it's everything except for this sequence of threaten the rook and then block here. And then he gives this check. Let's look at the whole follow-up. Okay, so we just use... Yeah, that's... I guess it does make sense, but I definitely would not have seen it. So we block it. We block the rook's protection of the pawn with our knight, anticipating that we can bring the king down after to guard the knight as well, and then use the rook and the king while the knight's still guarded to take the pawn. So yeah, I guess it does make sense when we go through those moves, but there's no way I would have seen that. And that was the only way to draw, I believe. So I think I was kind of lost once we ended up in this position, because it would have been very tricky to find that for me. So maybe the biggest mistake was back further. I think the biggest mistake, even though it didn't even say it was a mistake, was this. It says excellent, but for me as a human, the engine thinks it's excellent, but I don't know why. As a human player, I think I had to play this. This would have saved me, and I could have still had good chances. But I just completely was blind to the fact that he can't threaten this pawn. I was concerned about an imaginary threat here, because this square is guarded, and it led me to making the mistake of not guarding this, thinking I'm just going to give up a pawn either way. And then my position kind of fell apart, although I did get the bishop back after, but I lost so many pawns and then just got in a lot of trouble there. Was there one more mistake? I think there was like one more. Get that. Okay, maybe bringing the rook over first would have been better. It did feel like this could have made a big difference if I found the right move here first. Because it would have allowed me to eat these pawns up a lot quicker, and then they wouldn't have had as much of a threat at the very end. Yeah, okay. Interesting endgame. Surprisingly, the engine thought that we both played really well. And yeah, this has been day 84. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on day 85.